Hello, I'm the Weasel, and China has a lot of unique holidays people don't really know about outside the country. Most people, of course, have heard of Spring Festival, also known as Chinese New Year's, but other ones aren't quite as well known. And today, we're going to talk about one of those, Mid-Autumn Festival. So let's get started.
What is the Mid-Autumn Festival? Remember that the traditional Chinese calendar is the lunar calendar. It follows the moon in splitting up the year, rather than the sun like the calendar mostly used today. This means that Chinese festivals tend to move around a little bit, but also shows how important the moon was to ancient China. In fact, in the past, the Mid-Autumn Festival was the second largest Chinese festival after the Spring Festival. It celebrates the time of the year the moon is brightest in the sky, typically mid to late September or very early October. This year it is happening on September 21st, for example. As such, this is also a harvest festival happening in the fall. Families gather to enjoy meals and swap stories. In olden times, people worship the moon, and I know in some places in southern China, there are apparently a bunch of traditions still linked to this, as they are more closely linked to China's history than up here. They often do a bit more for festivals than is done up in the northeast. In Chang'e, for example, not too much happens, other than that there's a very special and delicious food for this festival, mooncakes, which are absolutely amazing, and what make this my favorite Chinese festival. To be honest, having mooncakes for this festival is a nice change from other festivals, which almost all mean eating dumplings. Like, dumplings are fine and dandy, but having to eat them again and again on all these holidays, you end up a bit sick of them. Mooncakes, though, are pretty heavy. They can be a meal replacement if you're in a hurry, and have many different fillings. In the north of China, different fruit and sweet fillings are more common. But in south of China, they can have meat, egg, even fish in them. You might see ones that look like they have a delicious red filling. So you might think, oh, cherry. But no, you've been red beaned again. They can be tricky that way. China has over 5,000 years of cultural history. It is overflowing with myths, legends, and historical stories. I love stories. And like all good festivals, the Mid-Autumn Festival has a story behind it. So here it is. Oh, and here's the quick apology about my pronunciation of the names. I will try my best, and in this story they're actually easy names, but I might mix them up because I'm sometimes very brutal with my students' names. Long, long ago, when the world was new, in the time of legends, before history as we know it was a thing, there were 10 suns, big firebirds that lit up the sky. One was to come and light up the sky each day, but all of them started coming at once. This made it too hot. The land was on fire. You can probably guess that the people were not happy about this. They were suffering. The great hero, Ho Yi, took his bow and shot down 9 of the sunbirds, just leaving our one sun. For saving all the people and land, Ho Yi was given a magic elixir by the Queen of Heaven, Shi Wangmu. Now, this medicine would make him immortal and make him a god. Gods can't live with people, so he did not want to drink this medicine. He didn't want to leave his beautiful wife, Chang'e. Hu Yi and Chang'e loved each other a lot, so he gave Chang'e the magical medicine to keep safe. Now, Ho Yi had a student named Pong Mong. Pong Mong was very jealous of Ho Yi, but of course pretended to be nice and faithful to the hero. Pong Mong wanted this magic potion. He wanted to be a god, so he waited for his chance. One day, while Ho Yi was out hunting, Pong Mong came to the house. He told Chang'e to give him the magic medicine. Chang'e was scared. She did not know what to do. She knew how bad it would be if Pong Mong became a god. So she did the only thing she could. She drank the elixir. Chang'e cried as she flew up to the sky, now a goddess. She could not stay. The earth is no place for the gods. She could not be with her beloved husband, Ho Yi. Hu Yi saw her flying away. He called out to her again and again. At first, he was mad. He did not understand. Why did she drink it? Peng Meng tried to lie and say Chang'e was just being selfish. But he couldn't hide everything from Hu Yi. Soon Hu Yi found out. Chang'e did not want to go far. Even though she couldn't stay, she wanted to stay as close as she could to her husband. So she became the goddess of the moon. That way, she could still look down on the world. She could still at least see Hu Yi, even if she couldn't be with him. Hu Yi still loved Chang'e, so he made her favorite cakes every year. And still, every year we make Chang'e's favorite cakes on the day she had to leave Hu Yi. And that is the story behind the Mid-Autumn Festival. Pretty good story, if a bit sad. Chinese stories tend to break up lovers, but really, when a story like Romeo and Juliet is probably the most famous English romance, we can't really say anything. Now, earlier, I said people like to swap stories during the Mid-Autumn Festival, and I just did that for you. You're welcome! But in modern times, it's really become more of a watching movies thing. So, my recommendation for a good movie with a huge theme about the Mid-Autumn Festival, it's called Over the Moon, about a little girl who just must visit the moon to meet Chang'e. It features a couple versions of the story I just told you. It's pretty entertaining. I think it's on Netflix. And yes, I know it's pretty sad that I'm here shilling for a movie and not even getting paid to do it. That's all for now. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Oh, and after this, there's going to be me doing the amazing dramatization of the story I just told you. I made it last year for my wife's Douyin account. Personally, I think it's the best video ever, but it wasn't that popular. So, later. 再见。
明月几时有？
生日。
把酒问青天。
恭喜大营收。
不知
谢谢。
天上宫。
我要。后羿，我爱你。
风雪今夕是何年？明月几时有？
月饼让他舔了一圈儿，
酒
也没人敢跟他抢了。
问青天。